Hello, sports fans. It has been a absolutely crazy day for Blaseball. Let's do a quick sound check before the games begin here, folks. Let's fire up our viewfinder lens. We've got just under 4 minutes, or just about 3 minutes, actually. Let's make sure those sounds are working. All right. Since we only have 2 teams competing for the finals of Blaseball Season 3, the discipline era under uncertainty, I'm going to try my hardest to use our sound effect board as effectively as possible. Sorry, Nightbot is being a little too overzealous. Let me see if I can get it to chill out. All right, we should be good. The Nightbot is very, very newly tuned for our page, our site here. So we'll see how all this works out. All right, sports fans, this is Blaseball Radio. I am your radio host, and I want to highlight a couple of things while we have just a minute here left. We hit affiliate because of all of you amazing sports fans out there, and I thank you so very much for your viewership. I am going to ask, do not give me money. Don't do it. Don't give me money. Don't. Emotes have been ordered. They're on their way. Give your money to either Blaseball to help keep their servers up, or there is a charity that is going to be focused on by the Chicago Firefighters Fan Club, and that is Lakeview Pantry in Chicago. There is going to be a URL that will pop up periodically through Nightbot that has a donate link. If you have the means, help other people fight off hunger. If you don't have the means, that's okay. There will be a tweet at some point. Please retweet that so more sports fans can see that. All right? All right. Thank you again, you magnificent sports fans, for all of your viewership and tuning in. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. After the charity event stuff, anything that does get donated, and please don't, anything that does get donated will be paying contributors for potential stuff added to the channel at some point. But that's way in the future. Let's not think about that now. Let's think about sports. We have 15 seconds. The umpires are nowhere to be seen. They may have moved to the Forbidden Book. I don't know. We've heard exactly one note of the national anthem and it has been promptly silenced because we don't have time for that. It's time for sports. Let's go to the field. Now, the bottom box scores that you're seeing are from Saki Mori at Sibber. It's at SIBR official. Saki Mori is working with Sibber. If you want forbidden stats, go there. If you do not want forbidden stats, don't go there. We're at the top of the first. Fish Summers batting now for the Tigers. Strike one looking for Fish. And another strike looking for Fish. This is a tense game for the Tigers. This is their... strike out, swinging for Fish. First out of our game. Fan favorite Landry Violence up for the Tigers now and hits the ground out to McLaughlin Scorpler. Jessica Telephone, fan favorite, wielding the dial tone, is up to bat. Let's see. And Telephone hits a single, is on first base. Alyssa Harrell is up next for the Tigers. Strike one looking. And there is another strike looking. Harrell is looking for that sweet spot to score some points for the Tigers in the early innings. And strikes out looking. Harrell could not spot it. Millennials are up to bat now at the bottom of the first. Dominic Marijuana, fan favorite of the Millennials, batting first in this, the first game of the finals, day 109. And there is a foul for Dominic Marijuana. And a strike looking. Foul. Ball 3. Oof. And hits the ground out to Randy Castillo. Oof. Dom, take my energy, says Polytomus in chat. Yes. McLaughlin Scorpler, batting now for the Millennials. Foul ball to start. And there's a strike. Looking, fans, this is starting off slow, but I am sure that it will start heating up very, very, very quickly. There is another strike looking for Scorpler. Millennials, and Scorpler hits a single. Let's see if we can see some points here. Conrad Vaughn batting now for the Millennials. The Millennials have a minor advantage against the Tigers with the 4th strike, a decree that was voted upon at the end of last season. Strike 2 looking for Vaughn. And strike 3 looking for... and Conrad Vaughn hits a single. First and second loaded. 1 out. Let's see if the Millennials can put some points on the board. Thomas Dresenia batting now for the Millennials. Thomas Dresenia hits a fly out to Jessica Telephone. We've got somebody on first and third, though, for the Millennials right now. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Schneider Bendy, who earlier hit a 2-run homer, hits a ground out to Landry Violence. We're at the top of the second. Deadlocked. 0-0. The tensions are high. It is game 1 of the finals. Peanutty Duffy up now for the Tigers. And hits a solo home run. Hits a solo home run. There is our first point on the board for the Tigers. Moody Cookbook up now and hits a ground out to Winnie McCall. It's okay, Tigers fans. You've still got a couple more innings to go. And same with Millennials fans. You've got time to fight back. Ren Morin now up for the Tigers. There is a foul for Ren Morin and a ball for Ren Morin. And another strike. Let's see what happens here, folks. Strike. Okay, we've got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ren Morin batting now. There is another ball. Ren Morin may end up walking here, folks. There is a foul. I see a number of chants from Millennials fans and Tigers in the chat. Everyone is super excited. Ren Morin out. Strikes out looking. 2 outs. Tigers. Zion Alicia Keys batting now for the Tigers. There is a foul ball for Alicia Keys. There is a really cool fan art for Alicia Keys out on Twitter right now. Y'all should check it out. There is another ball for... And Alicia Keys hits a ground out to Wesley Dudley. We're at the bottom of the second. First game of the finals. Tigers have 1 point on the board right now, sports fans, and Millennials are up to bat. Wesley Dudley up now for the Millennials and hits a fly out to Ren Morin. And Richardson Games now up for the Millennials. Games also hit a game-changing home run earlier in the sets. Let's see if Games has it in them to keep it up. There is a strike looking and a strike swinging, and then Richardson Games hits a ground out to Moody Cookbook. This is tense. Winnie McCall up now for the Millennials. Let's see what McCall... And hits a single. We've got somebody on base for the Millennials now. Sandy Turner up for the Millennials. Ball 1. And hits a ground out to Alyssa Harrell. They could not capitalize on someone on first base there. Sorry, folks. The box scores app, I did not restart it. Okay. Sorry about that. Randy Castillo now batting for the Tigers. Hits a single on first base. Let's see if the Tigers can capitalize on this momentum. Fish Summers now batting for the Tigers. And hits the ground out to Dominic Marijuana. However, we've got somebody on second now for the Tigers. Landry Violence, fan favorite. Let's see if Violence is the answer for the Tigers today. There is a ball. Is Bates Bentley quavering under the terror that is Landry Violence? Strike, swinging, and then the foul back-to-back for Landry Violence. Randy Castillo steals third base. Oh my. Can Violence bring them home? There is another ball. And Landry Violence strikes out, swinging. Sports fans, this is tense. Jessica Telephone batting for the Tigers with the dial tone. Let's see if they can ring it. Strike, swinging, ball, 1. This is sports. It is tense. Strike, swinging. Again, 2 strikes for Jessica Telephone right now. And struck out, swinging. We're at the bottom of the 3rd right now. Tigers 1, Millennials 0. Millennials batting now. Sports fans. Dominic Marijuana back up to bat. Let's see what happens here, folks. This strike 1 looking for Dominic Marijuana. And a foul ball. Hits a ground out to Randy Castillo. Oof. McLaughlin Scorpler up next. Let's see if the Scorpler can do this. Hits a ground out to Zion Alicia Keys. Millennials fans, you hate to see it. Conrad Vaughn up now for the Millennials. Ball 1. Strike looking. Oof. Strike 2 looking. And hits a ground out to Zion Alicia Keys. Whoa. Hades Tigers are up now. Sports fans batting. I'm sad that I wasn't casting earlier today, but my voice would be absolutely gone from the absolute madness that happened earlier today. Alyssa Harrell batting now for the Tigers. There's a ball. There's a foul ball for Harrell. Let's see what happens. Strike. Swinging, 2 strikes so far for Harrell. The Tigers do not have the 4-strike advantage like the Millennials, and Alyssa Harrell strikes out swinging. Sports fans. Peanut Duffy batting now for the Tigers. And hits a fly out to Sandy. Oh. Moody Cookbook now up for the Tigers. Strike 1 looking. Strike 2 swinging. And hits a ground out to McLaughlin Scorpler. Oh. Millennials up to bat now, New York fans. Bottom of the 4th. Thomas Dresania batting now for the Millennials. And hits a ground out to Peanut Duffy. Schneider Bendy up now for the Millennials. There is a strike swinging. Can just feel the sound coming off of that one. Strike 2 swinging. Bendy cannot connect right now. And there is a foul ball. 0-3 right now for Schneider Bendy. See what happens. Reload and strikes out. Looking. Ooh. 2 outs for the Millennials. Bottom of the 4th, Wesley Dudley batting now. Foul ball 1 for Wesley Dudley. Ball 1. Strike 2 looking for Wesley Dudley. And there's a third strike for Wesley Dudley looking and hits a ground out to Fish Summers. This is not the Millennials that we saw earlier today with the absolutely stunning comebacks. And the Tigers are playing slow blaseball right now. They have their 1 point. They are just trying to stay a little ahead of the Millennials and just keep it up. Strike 1 swinging and then a foul ball back-to-back for Ren Morin, batting now for the Tigers at the top of the 5th. And strikes out looking. Whew. Sports fans, this is tense. Zion Alicia Keys strikes out swinging right away out the gate. Let's see if the Tigers can put some more points on the board and help secure. There's a foul for Alicia Keys. I'm speaking way too soon, but we'll see if the Tigers can keep their distance. Ball 1 and then 2 back to back for Alicia Keys right now, and strikes out looking. Whew. Brandy Castillo now batting for the Tigers. 2 outs. You can feel the tension, and hits a fly out to Thomas Dresania. Millennials batting now, bottom of the fifth. Against the Tigers, Tigers leading 1-0. Richardson Games batting now for the Millennials. Strike one, swinging. Foul ball. Strike three, looking. There's another foul ball. Let's see if Games can bring it. Ball one. And another. Let's see if Games can really focus in and not hit the... And there's a third ball. Back to back to back for Games. Let's see. And strikes out. Swinging. 4-1 out for the Millennials now. Bottom of the fifth. Winnie McCall up now for the Millennials. And hits a single. Winnie McCall's on first base. Sandy Turner up now for the Millennials. Let's see if Turner can turn this around for the New York team. Strike one, looking for Sandy Turner. And hits into a double play. Oh, wow. Okay, top of the sixth. Hades Tigers. Fish Summer batting now for the Tigers. The Hades team has been doing really well this season. Fish Summers hits a single and makes it to first base. Landry Violence up now. Strike one, looking for Violence. And there is a ball for Landry Violence. Ball two for Landry Violence. And there is a third ball. Landry Violence may end up walking. Strike two, looking. Maybe Bates Bentley was up there. Yep, Bates was not using that to bait out Violence. Violence takes the walk. First and second loaded right now for the Tigers. Jessica Telephone with the dial tone on the plate. Now strike one, swinging with the gunblade bat. Foul ball two. And there's a ball. Let's see what happens here. Sports fans. And another ball for Jessica Telephone. Bentley maybe. Oh, strikes out. Swinging for Jessica Telephone. One out. Someone on first and second right now for the Tigers. Alyssa Harrell batting now. Strike one. Swinging for Harrell. Strike two. Looking. And hits a fly out to Winnie McCall. Peanut Duffy batting now for the Tigers. Two outs. Someone on first and third. Let's see if Duffy can do it. Ball one for Duffy. Ball two for Duffy. And strike one, swinging for Duffy. Another ball for Duffy. Duffy may end up walking. We may have bases loaded here for the Tigers. Just ratchet up that tension, why don't you? Strike two, swinging for Duffy. Foul ball. These are absolute nail-biter matches. Duffy strikes out looking. We are at the bottom of the sixth now. Sandy Turner up for the Millennials. Oh, this is tense as heck, friends. Sandy Turner hits a double, gets to second base. Let's see if Dominic Marijuana can capitalize on this. Strike one, looking. And there is a ball for Dominic Marijuana. And a foul. Sandy Turner steals third base. Oh my goodness. And Dominic hits a... Oh, wow. Dominic Marijuana hits a single and scores. Dominic Marijuana on first base. Sandy Turner managing to steal third and score. McLaughlin Scorpler batting now. Tigers and Millennials tied bottom of the sixth. One ball for Scorpler. Strike one, looking for Scorpler. And McLaughlin Scorpler hits a double. Second and third loaded right now for the Millennials. Conrad Vaughn up to bat. No outs. Let's see if the Millennials will suddenly turn this around on the Tigers. And Conrad Vaughn hits a single to score. Millennials leading now 3 to Tigers 1. Thomas Dresania batting now for the Millennials. One ball for Dresania. Oh, wow. Strike one, looking for Thomas Tresania. And Thomas Tresania hits a single. Schneider Bendy batting now for the Millennials. No outs. Someone on first and second. Millennials managing to break their tie with the Tigers in this inning. Strike one, swinging for Schneider Bendy. And Bendy hits a ground out to Peanutial Duffy. First out at the bottom of the sixth. Wesley Dudley batting now for the Millennials. This, sports fans, is Blaseball at its finest. Foul ball one for Wesley Dudley. Strike two, looking for Dudley. Strike three looking. This may be out for Dudley. And strikes out, swinging 2 outs. Someone on second and third. Richardson Games up to bat now for the Millennials. Games earlier managed to break a deadlock. Let's see if Games can still play. Hits a 3-run home run. Oh my goodness. Millennials 6, Tigers 1, 2 outs. Winnie McCall up to bat. Strike 1, looking for McCall. Foul ball 2. Oh my goodness. Foul ball 2 for Winnie McCall. Amazing. Sports fans, whose house, not ours, we rent. Oh, strike one, swing, strike. Sorry, folks. Winnie McCall just struck out, looking. Tigers batting now. Tigers have a huge deficit to make up, but they have violence and they have telephone on their side. They have Cookbook. Does Cookbook have the recipe for success here? Ball one for Cookbook. And hits a solo home run. Oh my gosh. Tigers starting to claw back against the Millennials. Ren Morin up to bat now for... And hits a single. Oh, wow. The Tigers are raring and ready to go. They are getting fierce. Zion Alicia Keys batting now. Strike one, swinging for Alicia Keys. Wow. This is some sports. Another strike, swinging, and then a ball for Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys tuning in and strikes out, swinging 1 out for the Tigers right now. Randy Castillo up. There is someone on first. Let's see if Castillo can do it. This is incredibly tense. Sports fans hits a fly out to McLaughlin Scorpler. 2 outs for the Tigers. Fish Summers batting now. Ball 1 for Fish Summers. Oh, this is intense. Ball 2 for Fish Summers. Is Bentley going to walk Fish? Ball 3 for Fish Summers. And Fish Summers hits a ground out to Conrad Vaughn. We are at the bottom of the 7th. Millennials back up to bat. Millennials right now 6 to Tigers 2. Oh, sports fans, don't forget to stretch like Polly Thomas said in chat. It is important. Sandy Turner up. Strike 1, looking for Sandy Turner. And hits a solo home run. Millennials 7 right now. Tigers 2. Dominic Marijuana up. No outs. Whew. This is so tense. Strike 1 and ball 1 back to back for Dominic Marijuana. Ball 2 for Dominic Marijuana. Let's see if Dom ends up taking a walk or ends up striking out here. Foul ball for Dominic Marijuana. Foul 2. Strike 3, swinging for Dominic Marijuana, and struck out, swinging. That's our first out for the Millennials in the bottom of the 7th. McLaughlin Scorpler up to bat. Strike 1, swinging for Scorpler. Not singing, but it's possible. It's too far for me to hear. And Scorpler hits a ground out to Landry Violence. Conrad Vaughn up now. 2 outs for the Millennials. Strike 1, looking for Vaughn. Whew. Ball 1 for Conrad Vaughn. 1 strike, 2 outs. And Conrad Vaughn hits a ground out to... I did not even catch the name. I think it was Alyssa Harrell. Landry Violence batting now for the Tigers. Top of the 8th. Is Violence the answer for the Tigers' lagging score right now? There's a foul ball for Landry Violence. and hits the ground out to Winnie McCall. First out for the Tigers. Top of the 8th, Jessica Telephone. Let's see if they can dial it in. Ball 1 for Telephone right now. The Gunblade bat is loaded. There is a foul ball for Jessica Telephone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second strike looking, and Jessica Telephone hits the ground out to Richardson Games. Alyssa Harrell batting now for the Tigers. 2 outs for the Tigers. Top of the 8th. This was an absolute nail-biting of a game. Strike 1 looking for Harrell, but this may spell the end for the Tigers. And Alyssa Harrell hits a ground out to Thomas Dresenia. Millennials batting now at the bottom of the 8th. Thomas Dresenia batting now. You can feel the tension in the air. There's a foul for Dresenia. And there's a ball. Strike 2 looking for Dresenia. Tension is high right now, folks. There is another ball for Dresenia, 2. And there's another strike looking. So 2-3 right now for Dresenia. No outs. Ball 3. Thomas Dresenia may be walking here. And strikes out looking. 1 out for the Millennials. Now, bottom of the 8th. Game 1, best of 5. Schneider Bendy batting now for the Millennials. There's a foul. Everyone is just swinging at everything that they can right now. The tension is so high, the pressure. And Schneider Bendy hits the ground out to Randy Castillo. Wesley Dudley now up for the Millennials. The Millennials are desperate to try and build a wall of points against the Tigers. There's a ball and then instant ground out to Fish Summer from Dudley. Top of the 9th. Do the Tigers turn it around? Let's see what happens. Peanut Duffy batting now for the Tigers. Ball 1 for Duffy. Strike 1 looking. If Bates Bentley can strike out 3 of the Tigers, that's the game. Peanut Duffy hits a single, makes it to first base. Moody Cookbook batting now for the Tigers. Tense. Very tense for Tigers fans right now. Ball 1 for Moody Cookbook. Moody Cookbook hits into a double play. Oh no, Tigers fans. Ren Morin batting now. 2 outs, 1 ball right away for Ren Morin. The pressure is on Bates Bentley now to strike out Ren Morin and lock the game. Foul ball, and Ren Morin hits a fly out to Winnie McCall. That is game 1 of the finals, with the underdog Millennials winning against the Tigers. Incredibly intense game, folks. You can see from the score box down at the bottom, thanks to Sakimori at the Sibber official group for making this app we are using to keep box scores. The Tigers were leading up until the 6th inning, and then the Millennials came to play, racking up 6 runs. Tigers brought back another run in the 7th, but so did the Millennials, and they just kept it on lock the whole rest of the game. Incredibly intense Blaseball. We have 35 minutes until our next game starts. Sports fans. Incredibly tense. While we are waiting for our next game to come up, let's talk a little bit about all of the stuff that has been going on in the world of sports. Wow. It has been a lot, sports fans. Let me grab some stuff here. So we have 2 in memoriam slides. I don't know if I will be able to keep up with the in memoriams because there just have been so many, especially this season. Let me look up. There's one more in memoriam that I don't have on the season 3 card that I need to look up very quickly. Pardon me, sports fans, but I will get up the in memoriam card too while I'm looking this up. Jalen Hotdog Fingers for the Seattle Garages was the first player to be incinerated, and this is because the Forbidden Book was opened. A decree voted on at the end of Season 1 We have had solar eclipses all through Season 2. They have been sporadic throughout Season 3. It seems, theoretically, that the solar eclipses are harbingers of potential incineration, so we need to be on our toes, with these final games being solar eclipses. And then let me load up our Season 3 card. I want to say, okay, I could have sworn there was another incineration, but I'm not seeing it on the fan wiki listing right now. If someone knows who the last incineration was, I would greatly appreciate y'all letting me know in chat, and I will make sure to shout them out. But we've had 26 incinerations during Season 3, of Blaseball. It has been incredibly incineration heavy. So be warned, sports fans. Incinerations are out there. They will incinerate your favoritist players. I did see a couple of folks in the chat shouting out the commissioner, and if you have a moment, while we're waiting for our next games to start out, hop on Twitter, tell the commissioner they're doing a great job. If you have the means, consider kicking in some money to their Patreon to help transmute dollars into servers not being on fire. Also, for your consideration, there is a charity that we are focusing on for this weekend. I'm going to be shouting it out during this stream, and I'm pretty sure the Chicago Firefighters Fan Club is going to be shouting it out on Twitter all day tomorrow. That charity is the Lakeview Pantry in Chicago. They are a food bank. If you can donate, there is a link that will periodically pop up in chat. Help them out if you can. If you can't, retweet the tweets that come up. Let more sports fans see what the charity endeavor is. It's okay if you can't afford it right now. Everyone understands that things are difficult. It's totally okay. And I'm going to say it again, as I've said before. Don't give me your money. Don't do it. Please don't. Please, please, please don't. Please don't. Don't. Thank you so much for your viewership. That is enough for me. And while we're between games, I also need to briefly shout out, some of the sound effects come from zapsplat.com. They are free, but they do require attribution, and accrediting people and their work is important, and the title cards were built through Canva. I just need to make sure that I cover this stuff, because it's very, very, very important to me. All right, let's jump back. We have 30 minutes until our next game of Blaseball, Game 2 of the finals. Tigers v. Millennials. Millennials leading with that last game. Now, while we have some time, let's talk a little bit about the history of Blaseball for some of our new viewers out there who may not know what the heck is going on in Blaseball. Blaseball started on July 20th. Yes, only 3 weeks ago. At the end of Season 1, a number of decrees and blessings were voted upon. One of those the only decree that was activated was opening the Forbidden Book. The Forbidden Book caused the city of Moab, former home of the Sunbeams, to be swallowed by Hellmouth. Hence why they are now the Hellmouth Sunbeams. It is also the event that triggered the umpires to occasionally go rogue and incinerate players. Jalen Hotdog Fingers for the Seattle Garages being our sadly first victim of umpire incineration. Among the many players that received boons, Polka Dot Patterson, formerly of the Crabs but now of the Moist Talkers, received the maximized pitching boost, also known as the Arm Cannon from Season 2, and Jessica Telephone, Dallas Stakes player, received maxed out batting ability, which was renamed to Gunblade Bat in Season 2, and then Jessica Telephone was promptly stolen away by another blessing, and Jessica Telephone ended up on the Pies. The Pies won Season 1 against, I believe it was Chicago Firefighters in the finals. Season 2, we had the Pies and the Shoe Thieves in the finals, and the Pies won it again. And a lot of people were speculating what would happen because the forbidden book that was opened at the end of Season 1 is viewable in the game, but it is heavily, heavily, heavily redacted, and there is a rule in here about ascension if a team should win 3 championships. I'm trying to find the exact rule in the book while we scroll through this. You should check this out. There's a lot of weird and interesting things in here. Some of them are very ominous. Something about atoning in a million peanuts. Sportsmanship is dead. It is all very, very ominous stuff. If a team wins 3 championships, they and Blaseball shall ascend. Let's highlight that for just a moment. So the Pies were in the chase for the finals, but they were eliminated, leaving us with the Tigers and the Millennials. So Ascension is not on the docket currently. But you never know with next season. Anyway, the end of Season 2, Pies won, and blessings and decrees went into effect. 2 decrees were triggered for Season 2, and those 2 were the 4th strike, which the bottom 4 teams of the league all got 4th strikes through the entirety of the season and the entirety of the postseason. So that is why the Millennials have 4 strikes right now. It is a keen advantage that hopefully they can make use of against the Tigers for the rest of these matchups. But we shall see. The other things that were triggered was peanuts, which brings us to peanut fraud. Someone was stealing peanuts from the shop and triggered a number of siestas. So servers had to go down and fix things. That is why, if you're looking on Twitter, you may see an image where it is a black screen with a white peanut image and ominous-looking text beneath it. This is because the large, ominous peanut is mad. We don't know how to atone and appease it just yet. Hopefully, the Blaseball Commissioner, the Blaseball umps, someone out there will be able to answer these questions in the near future so we can get these large, shrieking legumes off the screens forever. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But who knows? Outside of the decrees, a number of blessings went into effect for teams. I'm trying to remember who got what. Sorry, sports fans. It has been an intense day of just games. Even when I'm not casting, I'm still keeping an eye on stuff, and it has just been absolutely wild all day. Let me grab my blessing slides that I have off to the side. I'm not going to bring them up on screen. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to fiddle with that, and I don't want to do that, even though we've got about 25 minutes to go. Polytomus, I cannot advocate for peanut fraudsters in any way, shape, or form. I do not wish to have the commissioner or umps ire targeted towards me in any feasible way. It's just a bad time. It's just going to be a bad time. Hades Tigers stole Jessica Telephone from the Pies. So Jessica Telephone has been on 3 Blaseball teams over 3 seasons. The Pies got boosted on tiebreakers, but I don't think they actually used that at all. Polka Dot Patterson, the recipient of the arm cannon at the end of Season 1, was stolen from the Crabs and brought to the Canada Moist Talkers. York Silk for the Hawaii Fridays received the Gunblade Bat, and their hitting stats were maxed out. I've heard that fans referred to this Gunblade Bat as the Vibe Check. We'll see if the devs make that canon. We shall see. It's an awfully awesome name, in my opinion. Alex Trololo for the Kansas City Breath Mints got the arm cannon and their pitching stats maxed out. So those are the big relic type of boosts. Kichiro Guerra, pardon me, I'm going to keep getting it wrong for a little bit. I am trying to get it right. Kichiro Guerra for the Lovers got their hitting stats maxed out through Bloodlust. And Performance Enhancement Demons improved the San Francisco Lovers overall by 8%. Kansas City Breath Mints got their base running boosted by 15%. And the New York Millennials in the finals right now got Soul Swap, which boosted their 5 lowest players' stats. So Theodore Cervantes went from an 0.5 to a 3.5 star. Finn Doyle went from an 0.5 to a 2 star. Richardson Games went from a 1 star to a 2 star. Winnie McCall went from a 1 star to a 3 star. And Conrad Vaughn went from a 1.5 star to a 2.5 star. I think these are strongly helping them in this postseason and throughout the entire season to date. So, good on you, New York fans, for organizing together behind the efforts to trigger a soul swap and get your stats boosted. We've got 23 minutes until our next game. I'm going to fire up some music here in the background. I hope that it's not too loud. It is just instrumentals. This is through Pretzel Rocks. It's their hype channel. If it's too loud, folks, let me know, and I will fiddle with that to make sure that it's not blowing anyone's headphones out. I'm going to take a quick break, make myself a hot cup of tea before we move on to Game 2 of the finals here at the end of Season 3, the Discipline Era Under Uncertainty with Blaseball. Thank you for tuning in to Blaseball Radio. I'm your radio host, and I will be back in just a moment.